Hey Pepper Gang, Seekers of Skyveil just finished a 10-day playtest this January, their longest one yet, and it was so much fun. Having 6 hours of Seekers every evening allowed me to learn new Seekers I've never played before, test out builds, master Blooming Grove, and keep on learning routes on Ancient Veil. I managed to double my overall playtime and feel like I took a step forward as a player, and it was also great seeing brand new players trying out the game for the first time. I exclusively play solo, but I did do some duos with my homie Don Tony Lamb one day, as well as a day where I solo filled with random new players to see what that experience was like. Now, all my gameplay was live streamed for this test, so the highlights you will see came from those streams, and I plan on live streaming much more of the game during its first ever 24/7 test, starting February 24th. Make sure you save the date. Now, in case any of the LOD devs see this, first of all, thank you so much for all the support you guys give me and other content creators and how you guys manage the community. It's honestly been a pleasure to be part of as a gamer and as a content creator. I've been around many new games, early access communities, and the way you guys moderated is creating a good foundation for the future. I appreciate how responsive you guys are, and for anyone that hasn't played Seekers yet, their team is a reason why I think this game will be a success. Now, I do have some feedback with suggestions after binging this playtest. Some of you that watch my live stream might have heard some of this already from me or from other players as well in the Discord. But let's start off with extraction keys, one of the most controversial mechanics in the game since it's been added. I think the game feels the best it has been for solos since I ever started playing back in August, and the number of solo queued players I saw reflects this. I think since keys are a hassle to acquire for entire 3-man teams, grabbing one key early as a solo gives you a lot more freedom on how to maneuver the rest of the raid, whether it's going questing, looting, or just getting more PvP compared to what trios can do. I personally am still not the biggest fan of the key system, and I think part of it is because how short the raids are. If the raids were slightly longer, let's say 5 more minutes on Blooming Grove and 5 to 10 more on Ancient Veil, players would have more time to acquire their keys and game plan around that, and have more freedom to loot, PvP, quests, or just gamble at the wishing well. I think people that don't like keys feel like they have to play a certain way in order to succeed, feel like too much of the raid is focused on keys, and some of the freedom players like in these games that this game had pre-extraction keys was lost. So perhaps if the raid timers are extended to be a little longer, this would make keys feel less punishing to player freedom. Next point I had is I love the crafting changes and how much more doable it is to craft. I love crafting in survival and extraction games, and I unlocked all the crafts for this game this test and found myself constantly making new kits after death since I had resources farmed. We'll say I'm not a fan of the gold pricing for each item every time you craft. For a lot of the crafts, it felt a bit steep to pay so much gold along with the rare stacks of rare resources. It wasn't a deal breaker because I personally know how to acquire everything I need easily, but for new players and less experienced extraction players, that gold cost on top of the resources might seem too steep. Something to think about. I still think though that crafting is going in a great direction compared to where it was, and it gave me a great sense of progression. The theory crafting you could do with gems and runes and found gear is where I had the most fun this test. Now to the new player experience. I think this area needs some work because of how easy it is right now to roll over new players on Blooming Grove with the current. The best player of this test was able to go in bare bones with nothing as Lily, one of the best Seekers in the game right now in my opinion, and demolish lobbies that way. Entire teams decimated. Many of those teams were new players. Not hating on the player, but I think he highlighted a flaw with the current state of the game. Blooming Grove in its current state is just not the greatest for new players to learn the basics of the game. I think a very basic walkthrough tutorial or a mandatory raid with only bots with tips and pop-ups could introduce all the necessary tools a new player needs to know before their first real PvP raid. MOBAs have bot option games to start with before you jump into your real game. Some extraction games have a guided beginner's raid full of bots and not real players to just let you understand UI and what you can do in the raid. Very basic stuff. The most obvious things to you might not seem so obvious to someone else, and trying to learn with PvP threats everywhere in Blooming Grove does not help. This could be someone's first extraction game, and with mechanics like extraction keys, a wishing well, in-game events, and more, a tutorial might help with player retention and prepare newbies for PvP. I also wanted to throw out a suggestion of an in-game encyclopedia we could refer to. It could list all the PvE monsters in the game, what their movesets are, tips on countering them, list all the in-game events, general lore, and just information about what to expect in raid. I am a big fan of learning through experience and mistakes, and asking my chat for any help I might need, but it would be helpful to check info like this when we are stuck on a certain boss, or just need to double check a thought. When the game is fully out, not everyone's gonna run a Discord or YouTube or Twitch to learn, so having something built inside the game in the menus to refer could help with player retention down the road. Now I could keep going with critique on every facet of the game, but for time's sake, I kept it to my biggest takeaways from this test. I have seen the feedback threads in the Discord and seen a lot of feedback I agree with, so I don't want to be redundant here. If you have feedback yourself from playing this test, feel free to join the Seekers Discord link down below and go to their feedback channel. The devs do appreciate it very much. Now with that said, I had to show you a little fun from the test. I wanted to share a 7-kill PvP solo raid with Joon, my favorite Seeker. I appreciate you clicking the video, listening to my thoughts on the current state of the game, and look out for a couple new player guides, my first for this game, as we approach the February 24th test. Thanks again and enjoy the raid. I wonder if the meter strike would be good against those big tanky boys. Rin is really good against me. Alright, let's get Rootling. Ult him. Hairpin. Need some items. Ooh, okay, someone was at Mesa. We'd go after, I think. Rotate, chase. They coming? I don't think they're coming. They don't want to smoke. I'm gonna follow them. Do a little creep.
Rival Seeker defeated. Rival Seeker defeated.
I see I'm frozen. I just try to be a hero.
Rival
Not helping him.
defeated.
Yeah, I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna go across the bridge where they came from. Might chase this way. Waiting for it. Stalling to get my ult here.
Rival Seeker defeated.
Holy shit. Yeah. That team's still nearby.
The Oronite meteor has been harvested.
Damn, only 3? Good. One nearby opening up a box. Two different trios. I'm thinking. I'm at extract key already. You have to go that way. I want these fights though. Where'd that team go is my question. They're probably going towards extract. Where's this team at? I don't know where these guys are. I chased them. Ooh, hey guys. They chasing? Yeah, they are. Where's some to chase and get lost? Fuck. Fuck. Now I was trying to do.
Rival Seeker defeated.
Be up, be up, be up. Fuck.
A Seeker has bested an opponent.
They're tussling it out. Ooh, these guys are low. Oh, I wasted it.
Rival Seeker defeated.
We gotta get out of here.
Rival Seeker defeated. Squad
You gotta go.
eliminated.
You gotta go. Jeez. I was trying to loot them, I don't have time. Need my ult, man. Cancel. Cancel. Oh my god.
Well done, Seeker. You survived your expedition
Let's
through the
go.
veil.
Not the greatest loot, but I wanted to get out. 7 fucking kills. That's a new personal best. No way, dude. I wiped the lobby. Everyone's dead. Last man standing. GG's.